The RU project is a National Science Foundation funded project that has undergraduate students from across the country do a research project at NC State University over a 10-week period. It's an opportunity for these students, again, they're undergraduate students, to really learn about the research process and to get really engaged in a research project with a faculty member or a postdoc and or other graduate students. Our NSF REU program is so competitive to get in. We have about 100 to 150 applications every year, and we're only selecting 7 students. And we actually have 5 students at Oklahoma State and then also 2 students at NC State. And the students have been meeting on about every week or every 2 weeks, and they meet electronically. The REU project is focused around stream restoration. Stream restoration is now a billion-dollar industry in the United States. But a lot of times when we do a restoration project, we don't apply really the most intense scientific principles when we do that restoration. What the REU project is attempting to do is to really add as much science into that restoration as we can possibly add. And the students that are going through this program are at the forefront of adding that science into the restoration practice.
So this summer I'm using a jet apparatus to study the erosion rate of different soils at high shear stresses. Every day before I come out here and set up all my equipment, I prepare the soil that I'm going to use for the day. So I measure out like how much or what volume of soil I need to fit in my sample holder and then pack that inside the lab. And then I bring out all the equipment, and so I set up my head tank and the jet apparatus. I connect it with all the hoses, and then once I'm ready to go, I run the test. As the test is running, the jet apparatus is shooting a stream of water perpendicular to my soil sample, and I'm measuring the depth of the scour hole created by the jet over different durations of time. Today, when they do modeling of erosion on stream banks, they don't really know how the models behave at high shear stresses. So the current theory is that the erosion rate behaves in a linear fashion when you get to different higher shear stresses from the water in the streams. And so my research is looking at, is that true, or do we think it behaves in a non-linear fashion? So it'll be applicable to helping engineers better predict the erosion rates of stream banks during restoration and post-restoration.
So what I'm doing here is a tracer study at a stream restoration. A tracer study was done prior to restoration, and now we're over a year out from the end of the restoration. And so the idea behind this study is to compare both nitrate uptake and hydraulic retention between the 2 restoration conditions. And it's actually a really whole circle project for me. My first time in the field when I started my research career was helping out with the pre-restoration tracer, and now a little over 2 years later I am leading the post-restoration tracer. So it's been really great to follow this restoration from beginning to end. Right here we have the injection station, and following this we have 8 downstream monitoring stations that take both conductivity data as well as discrete water samples. And there's a lot of details to coordinate across 8 different monitoring sites that are each taking 60 samples. I've never really planned an experiment start to finish, and it's been a challenge to have to consider every single aspect. I would not have done this project without being in the biological engineering department.
It's not only about the research, it's also about professional development for these students. So we've talked a lot with these students about what does it mean to go to graduate school, how to go to a conference, and what to expect at a conference. Both of our students at NC State just had the opportunity to attend the American Society of Agricultural and Biological Engineers. The annual international meeting was held in Spokane, Washington. So before we took them to that meeting, we talked a lot about what kind of meetings to participate in, what kind of sessions to go to, how do I interact and engage with other faculty members that are there that may eventually turn into an advisor for graduate school programs.
It's been a really great experience. I've loved coming down to Raleigh. It's my first time in the state. So it was cool to get to come to a different campus, especially because NC State is so much bigger than my campus. So it's very exciting to come to a university and get the opportunity to participate in research.